Alright, hey guys, so today I'm here with my best friend Victoria, or Tori. She lives actually a few houses down from me, and we figured, she's sleeping over for the second time this summer, so I was like, hey, we should do a YouTube video, and she was like, no, and I was like, we're doing it. So I was gonna do the accent challenge, but she's apparently bad at accents, and
I like doing impressions, but not like accents.
Yeah. So instead of doing the accent challenge, we're gonna do the Tumblr accent challenge. So basically, I'm just gonna say words, and we're gonna say how we say them where we live, because we obviously live in the same city because we're sitting next to each other. So my name is Kaylin, and her name is Victoria. And we're both from Rochester, New York. You were born here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I wasn't.
Well, she's Bosnian, so, you know.
I'm also Irish. So.
She was born in both. Yep. Time travel. Okay, so just repeat after me, I guess.
Okay.
So, ant.
Ant.
Roof.
Roof.
Root.
Root.
Theater.
Theater.
Iron.
Iron.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Caramel.
Caramel.
Fire.
Fire.
Water.
Water.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Pecan.
Pecan.
Both.
What?
Both.
Both.
Again.
Again.
Probably.
Probably.
Alabama.
Alabama.
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Coupon.
Coupon.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Pajamas.
Pajamas.
Caught.
Caught.
Naturally.
Naturally.
Aluminum.
Aluminum.
GIF.
GIF.
Okay.
Not
neither of us say GIF, so.
I wanted to say Illuminati.
Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Cracker Jack.
Cracker Jack.
Doorknob.
Doorknob.
Envelope.
Envelope.
G-point? How do you say that?
G-point? I don't
Yeah.
know what that is.
I don't know. Is that some internet thing we don't know about? Okay, so those were the words that you pronounce. And okay, my father's texting me. Sorry about that. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you questions and you just
My dad
answer
too.
them. Yeah, that's
We're
right.
twins.
We're twins. So we have the same dad. So okay, so what is it called when you throw toilet paper on a house?
TP.
Yeah, I call it
Like
TPing.
TP.
Yeah, you're TPing their house. What is a bubbly carbonated drink called?
Well, I call it soda or pop. I usually say pop, but if I mean Coca-Cola or Pepsi, but for in general I say soda.
Yeah, I don't drink soda, but I do say soda when I say it. What do you call gym shoes?
Sneakers.
Yeah, same. Some people will say tennis shoes or just gym shoes.
I just call I just use running shoes, so I call them sneakers.
Yeah. What do you call your grandparents?
Well, I just have grandmas, I have a grandpa in Bosnia, and I call him Dado, which is grandpa in Bosnian, and I call my one grandma Grandma, and my other Nana, which is Bosnian for grandma.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so on my mom's side, her mom died before I was born, but I would have called her Nana. And then I just call my grandfather Grandpa, and my step-grandma Grandma. And then on my dad's side, he's Hispanic, so it was Papa and Abuela. What do you call the wheeled contraption in which you carry groceries at the supermarket?
Shopping cart.
Yeah, my mom's go get a cart, so cart. What is the thing you change the TV channel with?
I call it a remote, but my grandma calls it a clicker, so I guess when I'm there I call it clicker, but...
I always said remote, yeah. Choose a book and read a passage from it. Perfect.
I'm reading that too. We're seeing it together.
Yeah, we're seeing it on Tuesday. I have Paper Towns here. No, I'm not promoting the movie or the book. Hey.
We see Paper Towns in theaters everywhere.
Hey, John Green. Your next movie, I think we'd be pretty... Isn't it Looking for Alaska? I haven't even read that, but
You could be Alaska.
Really? Oh, you read it?
Part of it.
Oh, okay. Hey, John Green. Alright, so just flip to a random page and read, a paragraph or, a sentence.
You read it.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Margot's copy of Leaves of Grass to school, and I started reading the highlighted parts of Song of Myself again, under the desk while Mr. Jimenez scratched away at the blackboard. There were no direct references to New York that I could see. I handed it to Radar after a few minutes, and he looked at it for a while before writing on the corner of his notebook closest to me. The green highlighting must mean something. Maybe she wants you to open the door of your mind. I shrugged and wrote back, or maybe she just read the poem on 2 different days with 2 different highlighters. I have no idea what they're talking about, but I know they're looking for Margot Roth Spiegelman?
Spiegelman.
Okay. Do you think you have an accent when you talk?
Well, people say the Rochester accent is like when we say like Wegmans, like some people say Wegmans or eggs, but it's eggs. I say eggs.
I want some eggs. Go make me some eggs.
Eggs from Wegmans.
I'm sorry if you talk like that. But actually,
I don't think I do.
It's a funny story because obviously, like people in like Europe, we say, oh, they have a British accent, but to them, that's just how they talk. So everybody has an accent to somebody else. I had a friend, we're not really friends anymore, but I had a friend that lived in Wisconsin, and whenever she talked, I was like, oh, you have an accent, and whenever I talked, she was like, oh, you have an accent. And actually, I was at Disney World once, and I was talking to this girl while I was, like, in line for, like, a ride or something, and she was like, are you from New York? And I was like, yeah, why? And she was like, yeah, I could tell by the way you talk. So I guess I do.
We probably have what's considered New York accents.
Yeah, even though we don't live in New York City. I'm gonna like disclaim that all over the place. We do not live in New York City. I hate it how like if you say, oh, I live in New York, they're like, oh, I love New York. You're like, no, not that part, like
not Rochester.
Upstate New York, like where there's nothing to do. And it's so hard because like whenever there's like concerts or like celebrities are doing like meetups, like Bethany Moda, she's been to Times Square 10 times. And she's never been anywhere besides Times Square. It's ridiculous. Well, she went to Long Island, but that's, like, right by New York City. Anyways, be a wizard or a vampire?
Wizard.
She knows everything about Harry Potter. We were at a mutual friend's birthday party a couple weeks ago, and we were playing a Harry Potter Scene It. Yeah, throwback.
Yeah.
And she literally dominated every question. I've seen a couple of the movies, and I've been to Harry Potter World at Universal Studios, but she, like, dominated that game. So, yeah, I would want to be a wizard, too. Do you know anyone on Tumblr in real life? This is actually a funny story.
Sure.
Well, yes. But there's this girl. We're seeing, because you know how, like, Taylor Swift people have, like, lists going around for, like, the concerts to, like, try to help people meet her? Well, I reblogged a list saying what show I'm going to, which I'm going to Toronto Night 1 in October. Super excited. And this girl, I think she must have saw my username, so she messaged me, and she was like, hey, I'm seeing Taylor in Toronto, too. So we were, like, talking, and she was like, so do you live in Toronto, or are you traveling? And I was like, oh, I'm traveling from New York. And she was like, me, too. And I was like, oh, like, what part of New York do you live in? And she was like, Monroe County, which I was like, that's the county I live in. So I was like, and we were, like, getting, like, really, really close. And, like, getting to, like, where we actually live, like, close like that. So, all of a sudden, my cats are fighting. Oh, my God, I'm sorry. Oh, my God. They're, like, swatting each other. Okay, sorry. So, anyways, so I told her, she was like, well, what concerts are you going to, like, besides Taylor? Because we realized we lived in, like, the same general area. And I was like, I'm going to see One Direction. And she was like, me too. And then I was like, I might go see Ed Sheeran if I win this contest where if, like, you sing one of his songs, you might, like, win. And she was like, that sounds like a, like, contest that's been on my radio station. So we basically discovered that she goes to a choir, I'm not going to say the school because I don't want to, like, give that away. But she goes to a school that my dad, he graduated from that school. Like, that was his high school. And it's around, like, where I live. I don't go to the same school as her, but, like, I know where it is. And I have a friend right now that goes to the school that the girl I was talking to online goes to. So I was like, oh my God, I have a friend that goes there. And she's like, who's your friend? And I told her my friend's name. And she was like, I'm sitting, like, behind your friend in history right now. I was like, oh my God. So I was at my friend's birthday party yesterday. And I saw the girl from Tumblr in real life. And it was just really weird. It was really weird. But we follow each other on Instagram and we don't have like tickets together, but we're gonna see Taylor on the same day. So yes, I do know somebody from Tumblr in real life. And then saying 3 words you want in the video. I love Selena, as in Selena Gomez, because she's my mom. Like, she was like, she was a baby and she birthed me. No, I'm kidding. You know how like people say like, oh, there's like my favorite celebrity is like my mom. Like Cara, like Adeline Warren. She's like, Cara Delevingne is my mom. Cara Delevingne, like that's how I am. Like I have like moms. Actually, Debbie Ryan. I don't know if any of you are a fan of her. She calls herself mom because so many people were like, she's like, oh, I'm like your mom. And so I saw her in concert back in May, and I was like, I told my mom, like my actual mom, I was like, I'm going to see my mom tomorrow. And my mom was like, what? Like, I'm sitting right here. And I was like, no, my mom, like, Debbie Ryan. And my mom was like, okay. Like, she got really offended. And I actually tweeted Debbie that, and she favorited my tweet. So, but that was the accent challenge. Well, the Tumblr accent challenge. So, anything to add, Tori?
Nope.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.